Hi, and welcome to another edition of What's on Scott's Mind. And thank you to the commenter. Actually, didn't comment on YouTube, actually emailed it to me. Not much. True, not much on Scott's Mind. This week, I just want to talk a little bit. First of all, I've got a technical review. I'm reviewing the ChatGPT client on the Macintosh, which allows you to do interaction, which you can do on the PC, by the way, as well. But there's no direct really cool client. There is a client. That's the Macintosh one was first. There's also a client for ChatGPT for your iPhone, for your iPad. Anthropic has a Claude agent for your iPhone, for your PC. Perplexity has the same thing, and of course, so does Google. Google's Gemini. All of them are interesting. All of them offer great capabilities. What is interesting to me right now, and the thing that's on my mind probably the most, is the consideration for artists. I am not an artist. I write poetry. I write fiction. And I have for many years. I've published a book of fiction. I've actually published a number of books of poetry. I've actually published 2 books of fiction, one that I published more than 30 years ago, and then the one that I recently published. For the most part, I've been a nonfiction writer, right? That's just my career, my bent, my capabilities lie in the area of nonfiction. I am an architect by design. I'm an architect by choice, and I work on and deliver software solutions for customers based on what I know. So based on what I know, I write books. I've been writing books for many years in the nonfiction world. That said, I do have odd thoughts of images. And I do like to shake things up when I'm doing my blogs in the morning. So I write 2 blogs a day, every day, most days. I would say I'm somewhere around 350 to 355 days a year I write a blog. So sometimes I like to shake things up with an image. In the past, I couldn't really do it because I didn't have the skills. But now with AI, I can go to AI and I can say, hey, create this image for me. In fact, the blog that I published this morning, I created the image this morning. I did my One Prompt Sunday and one of the things that I did in that was I created an image out of the prompt. A dinosaur, T-Rex in particular, chasing a human being. So that's a really big boon for me. I can actually generate art that previously I couldn't do, right? So as you think about the concepts of the delivery of and the use of AI, that's a really cool benefit, right? But do remember artists, because if you have something that you really want created that you can't get AI to do, you can probably go out to the various places where artists hang out, and usually social media sites, Facebook, Blue Sky. You'll find artists all over those locations. You can connect with an artist and ask them, can you help me with this? Can you do this? Now, look, they're going to charge you because that's what they do as a profession and they deserve to be paid. But the reality is they'll be able to create it for you. And they can operate with a lot less context than AI can. I know because I've been doing this for the last few days. It takes a lot of context for the AI to generate the images I'm trying to produce. And it's not that I'm doing complex images. I mean, one of my images was an image of the face of the Statue of Liberty with a tear coming out of her eye. That's not a hard image to do, but that still took 3 prompts to get it right, to get it looking the way I wanted it to. So as you think about these things and as you think about AI, do think about the fact that there are artists out there that deserve to have kudos and compliments and opportunities to be successful for the art that they do. Vincent van Gogh, one of my favorite artists, was starving his whole life. In fact, he died penniless. His family has benefited greatly from the tortured genius. But the reality is, as an artist, he starved for his whole life. And he was tormented by demons, and that's part of why he starved. But the other side of it was one of the realities of his demons those were the things that he was able to share, to create, to make into something real. if you look at his perhaps penultimate painting, Starry Night, it shows stars as something greater than ultimately they appear to be. Anyway, that's what's on Scott's mind this week. Feed their local artists. Tap an artist on the back. Pat them on the back. Next time you see someone sharing artwork on LinkedIn or Facebook, like it, comment, and say thank you for making the world a brighter place. Have a great day.